Hey, what up? This your boy Rickey Smiley, and I want to come talk to you today. Supposed to be on vacation. We've been on the radio actually a couple of days, and I'll be on tomorrow. Supposed to be on vacation this week, but I couldn't just sit down and just lay down and not be concerned about everything that's going on. I am really disturbed, like I said on the radio this morning, about the whole Alton Sterling situation down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and then Philando Castille up in Minnesota. And I'm telling you right now, we are at a state of emergency because, you know, our people are being, seem like it's just modern day lynching, systematic racism, everything that's going on, and it's bad. People are scared, you know, people are hurt, you know, people are panicking, and we sit over here afraid of police officers who's supposed to serve and protect, and we're paying our tax dollars to. We don't work for them, they work for us. And to see those brothers being shot down the way they were shot down within less than 24 hours is absolutely disturbing. And I am sad, and I just need, and one of the things that I want to talk about, I am calling on two groups of people. I'm calling on more police officers to get up and step up to the plate and speak out like Nakia Jones did, police officer from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm encouraging, I'm asking more police officers to start speaking out and to start going to your police chief and having these conversations. Because just like Nakia Jones said, if you are afraid of people that don't look like you and you scared of black people or whatever, then you need to take the police uniform off, and you need to go to another community and police, because it's all about community policing. You can't come in our neighborhoods with a cowboy mentality, and I'm gonna clean this neighborhood up with this doggone cowboy mentality, this Matt Dillon type of mentality. When I say community policing, I'm talking about basketball, football, baseball, study groups, reading to the kids, getting to know kids. We had community policing growing up. I know police, hey Ricky, go over there and sit down before I come over there and knock you out and before I tell your mama. That's what community policing about. And some of those same officers that got on my ass when I was in high school, and they got on me for showing out at McDonald's on top of the cars, dancing and acting crazy and goofy. I am friends with those officers to this day, and I thank them for putting me up against the wall and taking me on the side of McDonald's and having a conversation with me, telling me, hey, you better get it together, or I'm going to kick your butt, or I'm going to go home and tell your mom what you did when you get your butt kicked at home. That's community policing. That's what community policing is all about. You don't have no relationship with nobody in the community that you're trying to police. I don't know. I can't understand how it seems like, you know, like a lot of these police officers have traded in their Ku Klux Klan robes for badges. Are we doing background checks with some of these police officers? Were they bullied in the high school? What is really going on here? And now that you got Donald Trump running for president and stuff, and it's just kind of ramping up and amping up people, and it's getting people ginned up, you know, ready to go, ready to kill somebody. All of this stuff, and most of this stuff, is a referendum of Barack Obama being president of the United States. Because we want our country back. Make America great again. All of this kind of stuff, all of these dog whistles. See, I go all the way back to the civil rights movement. Like I grew up in the 70s. I remember being 7 years old when George Sand shot a black woman, Benita Carter, in the back as she sat in her car. And I was there when that riot happened. I was there when black folks got angry enough and came out enough to vote Richard Arrington, the first black mayor of the city of Birmingham, Alabama. And I knew Benita Carter. I knew Benita Carter's mother and father, Mr. and Miss Carter. And that made national news. It's sad. I need other police officers to speak out, and I need other races to speak out. I need white people to get involved. You can't say that you care about black people and that you have black friends and you see us getting mistreated and getting murdered and you don't speak out or say nothing about it. What's the difference between that and you stand there and you see a woman getting raped or whatever and you say at the end, good thing I'm not like that guy, and walk away? You're not gonna help? You see somebody drinking, but they drowning in a swimming pool, and just because they had a drink or something, you're not gonna help them and grab them or throw them a lifeline where they can pull themselves out of the water? You don't care? Because if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And that's part of the problem, is that other races and other ethnicities are not speaking out. And it's sad. You can't sit up there and say you care about everybody and you love God or whatever. You know, the Bible teaches us that we're supposed to help our fellow man. What about the least of these? You live in your house and you got your big flat screen TV and you making money and you doing good or whatever, but you don't care about people that's being mistreated and being suffered. You don't want it for yourself. You don't want mistreatment for yourself. So why is it okay to sit back and watch us get mistreated, or any other race? It's sad. And we got to do something. And more people need to step up to the plate. You can't take Black Lives Matter and flip it into All Lives Matter. Because if all lives mattered, it wouldn't be no Black Lives Matter. If all lives matter. If all lives matter, we wouldn't be having this conversation. What's the purpose of talking about Black Lives Matter? If all lives matter, it wouldn't be no Black Lives Matter. You don't see people going to a breast cancer, a Susan G. Komen breast cancer event with signs that said diabetes matter. You call the fire department, yes, all houses matter. But we need to pay attention to the house that's on fire. The other houses are not burning. Pay attention to the houses that are on fire. Yes, all the houses matter. We all know that, but we don't have to say it. Well, okay, you down here, the fire department, you putting out this fire right here, but what about my house? Your house ain't on fire. See, sometimes you have to give an analogy to make people think. Can't explain it to them. All these schmuck people making comments and stuff, and all lives matter. Yes, we get that, and we knew that from day one. It should, but it's not, apparently. So you sit up here talking about, and then even the black people that's jumping on Twitter and jumping on Instagram and jumping on Facebook talking about, well, you need to do this and you need to do that and blah, 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 blah. How is it that a white person can walk in a movie theater or walk in a school or walk in a church and kill all of these people, murder 4 to 9 to 12 people, and get apprehended? And one, they took the Burger King and got him something to eat before they took him to jail. After he killed 9 black people in a church, but he gets apprehended. And then you got all of these black people over here that didn't kill anybody get murdered. And you can sit back and you don't have nothing to say about that. All these police officers jumping on Twitter or whatever. You don't have to be on the other side of the barricade. In uniform, you need to be on the side with us, protesting with us, and trying to get an understanding and supporting us. Because your job is to protect us. So why are you on the other side of the barricade? It's wrong. It ain't about black and white. It's about right and wrong. Shout out to all the white people that came down south back in the 60s and put it all out on the line, and some giving their lives and cared about our issues. Bernie Sanders was one of them. You can clearly see Bernie Sanders sitting a few feet behind Dr. Martin Luther King when they was marching. I'm just using that for an example. So what are we going to do? We don't have any more Muhammad Ali's and Jim Brown. And I'm putting my job at risk. I got sponsors. I do advertising. I got commercials. I got all kind of commercials and stuff right here that I have to read. I'm putting it all on the line to speak out for what's right. I could lose all of my endorsements. I got plenty of them that I read, that I get paid to do these commercials every morning on this morning show. I'm putting it all out on the line. Because I'm going to tell you something about me. I'd rather die broke and have stood for something than die with all the riches of the world and haven't stood for anything. I mean that. It's proof. I did it this morning. I came off a vacation. No, you ain't going to just do that. No, we're going to have this conversation, and I'm going to do whatever it is that I need to do. Whatever it is I can do. And more people need to speak out. And I'm going to say everybody up here in these neighborhoods, in the hood, in Birmingham, the hood in Tuscaloosa, Chicago, St. Louis, Miami, West Palm Beach, Charleston, Columbia, Nashville, Dallas, Oak Cliff, everything around LA that's out here doing this black on black crime. You can't say that we don't talk about that, because we got people on the ground dealing with black on black crime, working hard every single day to try to stop black on black crime, but they don't get noticed by the media. You don't see the people, the former Bloods and the former Crips and former criminals trying to help these kids and work. That stuff don't make news. They're on the ground working every day, every week, every month, every year, trying to stop black on black crime. So you can't say that we don't care about black on black crime. But the difference between black on black crime and white on black crime is when it comes to black on black crime, they get prosecuted and get sent to prison for the crimes that they committed. So why isn't it good enough for white people when they kill a black person in his own video, unless we got lying eyes, in his own video, so why aren't they good enough to go to jail? You throw all these black people in jail and you're making money off of the system, having all of these prisons and stuff, and now all of these black men that's locked up for weed, and now white men get to make money off weed. So if white men get to make money off weed, then it needs to be, I think they call it, not a referendum, but it needs to, whatever the word is, they need to let all the black people that's locked up for weed, if weed is legal, making money off the system. Mass incarceration. And I promise you, the next time Hillary Clinton come on my morning show, I promise you, since she's the Democratic nominee and Donald Trump has been invited to, because I have real questions about the presidential candidates and their issue on white on black crime with police officers and police brutality. Where's the Muhammad Ali's and the Jim Browns? You understand what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali laid it all out on the line. Gave up his title, his license, everything. Went broke. Trying to do what's right. If all these football players for Alabama and LSU and Auburn and Ohio State and Florida State walk off that damn field, and the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns and the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State, if all of y'all walk off that court and off that football field, I promise you right now, somebody gonna get on the phone and call somebody, and it's gonna start some change. It's gotta stop, and it's not fair. You don't treat people like that. But the good news is the other. Let me see. We got to stop this black on black crime. Because how you go out here and kill your own brother, but George Zimmerman walking around doing gun shows, doing autograph signings, sold his gun for $200,000. But you want to go out here and kill your own brother, but George Zimmerman walking around. And all these other folks walking around. You ain't gonna do nothing to them, but you go over here and kill somebody over some territory that's not yours, or some property that's not in your name. My hood, my property, my area, it ain't in your name. But George Zimmerman walking around, the one that killed Trayvon Martin, he's still walking around. He's driving through Texas in this Bronco with the windows down, listening to music and kicking it. But you ain't gonna do nothing to him, but you go over here and shoot somebody else and kill a 14-year-old kid. See, it's messed up. We got to do better. Because me, Jeff Johnson, Reverend Al, a lot of these pastors out here and different people, we can't do what we need to do because all of the attention, you taking up all of the attention from, and now the focus is not on what we're trying to do to make change and to make things better for our people because all the attention is on you and the bullshit that you doing. You making it bad for us. The other issue is, man, we don't vote until we get mad. We don't vote until a presidential election and until we get pissed off about something. And midterm elections are important because these are things from the governor, police brutality. That's a local situation. President Obama can't get on a plane and go and grab the police officer and put him in jail. Only thing he can do is call Loretta Lynch and the Justice Department and get them involved and get them to investigate. That's it. That's why local elections are important. Your mayor, your city council, your county commissioner, your school board, all of this stuff. That's why it's important. We got to do better. Can't just go out and vote for a presidential election and say that you voted. I leave Atlanta and have driven all the way to Birmingham, 2 hours and 15 minutes just to go to my neighborhood and vote. And I've been doing it for years. I get on a plane and fly out of town just to go vote. Because I don't even know how to do an absentee ballot. I don't even have time for all that. I just go and vote. I'm just kind of set in my way. I just go and vote. But it just makes me feel better to mark it and vote and put it in the machine. I don't even trust sending it in. So we're going to have to do something. And marching and protesting and tearing up stuff and burning down buildings and all that stuff ain't going to help nothing. It ain't working. Hit people in the pocket. All of it is economic. Stop spending your money. Stop going to places where they treat black people like crap and spending your money. Black people make billions and billions and spend billions and billions of dollars every single year. But you get treated like a second-class citizen. You don't get no respect in the airport, no respect, when you go to Walmart and different places and stuff, you put the credit card in your hand, they take your credit card and they throw it down on the counter. You don't even demand respect. You got to get out of the slave mindset. I demand respect. If I put my credit card in your hand, you put it back in my hand like I gave it to you because you don't want to touch me. If you don't want to sit next to me in first class, get your ass up and move. Don't ask me, what do I do? What do you do? See, I demand respect in these airports. And when I travel and when I go to the hotel to get my hotel room when I'm out of town doing shows and stuff, I demand respect. I carry myself like a distinguished gentleman. Ain't got nothing to do with on stage. I'm a whole different person. But I'm telling y'all, I'm challenging white people. I am challenging our Latino brothers and sisters, black people, police officers. I'm challenging y'all to step up to the plate and speak out. I'm challenging all athletes I dare you to walk off the field. I dare you to get the rest of the Cavaliers and the rest of the Mavericks and the rest of the Miami Heat and the Dallas Cowboys and the Alabama Crimson Tide or whatever and all the HBCUs. I dare you. I dare you to start taking your kids to school at 12 o'clock. If you take your kids to school at 12 o'clock, boy, you'll take a whole lot of money out of people's pocket. Hit them in the pocket. Hit them in the pocket and see what happens. You can follow me on Twitter at Rickey Smiley and respond or go to RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Thank y'all for listening. I'll be back on this radio in the morning. So you can call us up, 866-9-RICKEY. We're going to be talking about this for the rest of the week. Thank y'all for listening.